Out this week. Very good read. Secret Australia. It's just come out this week. Peter Cronow and Felicity Ruby edited. It's written by all different types of people. Philip Adams, Jennifer Robertson, Richard Tanter, Clinton Fernandez, Silette Dreyfus, Quentin Dempster, Julian Burnside.
Yeah, he's the one I heard of. It's involved with that.
Yeah. Bernadetta Bravini, Scott Ludlam, Lisa Johnson, Anthony Lowenstein, Andrew Fowler, Paul Barrett, George Giddos, Jared Goggin, Helen Razor, Guy Rundle, John Keane, and Scott Ludlam with Julian Assange at the end. Yeah, it's got the petition and everything on that you can sign for your support. We're here every Friday too. Free Julian Assange, stand up for press freedoms, stand up for democracy. Stand up for your right to know what the government's up to. On Monday the 7th of December we're all gathering at the UK consulate in Sydney, so come and join us. It's been 10 years since he was arbitrarily detained. Governments are up to free the truth. Free Julian Assange, stand up for the truth. Free Julian Assange. It's on our side, people. Could be a future Prime Minister there. Yeah. One that shocks her up. Oh, definitely.
I would have known if I could pay it, I would have.
Free Julian Assange, stand up for the truth. In mate!
Our mate!
Julian Assange!
In mate!
Our mate!
Julian Assange!
In mate!
Our mate!
Julian Assange!
In mate! Julian Assange!
In mate! Julian Assange! 21 decision!
No extradition!
It's only one decision! No extradition!
You're all very good.
Hello everybody. Thank you for coming along. We're here to try and get some justice for Julian Assange.
So Australia says that they promote human rights through constructive bilateral dialogue. Well, Mr. Morrison, go and have a dialogue with the US administration. Go and have a dialogue with the UK. Get Julian Assange out. That's what we want. We want our citizen, our journalist, our acclaimed professional, the father of those kids. We want him released. We want him back in Australia. Go and talk to them. Don't just hide, Mr. Morrison. And I want to ask you, please, and please answer me. Do you think that Australia is promoting and protecting freedom of expression in the case of Julian Assange, in the case of our whistleblowers, David McBride, Mr. Connery in Canberra? Do you think that it does?
No!
Australia says that they don't participate with any government that has a death penalty. Julian Assange will be sentenced to 175 years in prison. That is effectively, no matter what you call it, a death penalty. Mrs. Payne, 175 years in prison under special administrative procedures. No one will be able to survive.
Effective solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement and others, torture and so forth. We are telling you that this is just rubbish.
Shame.
This is really not promoting human rights or protecting human rights. We are not doing anything to avoid Julian from dying in prison, both in Belmarsh now, where he's at high risk of contracting COVID, and also if he is extradited. The last one is freedom of belief. Julian Assange believes firmly that there should be no wars anywhere, that we should not participate in any wars. And that is the reason why all of the armaments, all of this industry of weaponry around the world want Julian in prison.
That's right.
Mr. Morrison, Ms. Payne, I remind you of what appears on the website of the Department of Foreign Affairs about the protection of human rights. Please do something about it. We're not silly, we're not stupid, we're not naive. We know what's going on.
Hypocrites.
Please, thank you.
Hypocrites.
Thank you. They say the truth hurts.
Yes.
And truth certainly did hurt the Americans. And in response, they're inflicting as much pain as they can on Julian Assange. The truth hurts, but the truth is necessary. If we are to end the endless wars, we need truth. Let us free the truth. And to free the truth, we must free the truth teller. Julian Assange is a truth teller. Free Julian Assange.
Free Julian Assange.
Free Julian Assange. Yeah, this book has just come out this week. It's called A Secret Australia, revealed by the WikiLeaks exposés. And this is for everyone who thinks that Julian is not a journalist. This is a citation for the Walkley Award. It's Australia's highest honour in journalism. And it reads, "This year's winner has shown a courageous and controversial commitment to the finest traditions of journalism, justice through transparency. WikiLeaks applied new technology to penetrate the inner workings of government to reveal an avalanche of inconvenient truths in a global publishing coup. Its revelations, from the way the war on terror was being waged to diplomatic bastardry, high-level horse trading and the interference in the domestic affairs of nations, have had an undeniable impact. This innovation could just as easily have been developed and nurtured by any of the world's major publishers, but it wasn't. Yet so many eagerly took advantage of the secret cables to create more scoops in a year than most journalists could imagine in a lifetime."
So the next question one might ask is, why did Julian Assange publish information that our governments are trying to keep a secret. We have a right to know the truth about criminal activity. We should never trust anyone who seeks to suppress information to keep the people ignorant about things we have a right to know. We must have the truth to prevent government corruption. We must therefore fight for the truth if we are denied it. We must stand up and defend truth tellers like Julian Assange. You might ask, why do supporters of Julian Assange treat him as a hero, while our government leaders treat him as though he was a villain? Julian Assange will always be a hero to people who seek to know the truth, because every document he has published through WikiLeaks is authentic and serves the public interest. And, I might add, has been tested in court many times and has always been shown to be 100% truthful. The corrupt politicians and the agency supporting them hate Julian Assange and his worldwide support because corruption depends on the ignorance of people. Corrupt entities begin to lose their power if the public has proof of their corruption. Why are there so few demanding Julian Assange's freedom? The dawning of truth is not instantaneous. Someone must speak it first so that others may start to speak it too. The spread of truth is slowed by lies and disinformation and smear campaigns in the establishment media. But the good news is that the spread of truth can never be stopped. The truth will out. We must bravely speak the truth to accelerate its spread. We must truthfully inform others and encourage them to also speak up for Julian Assange. The tipping point is approaching. Free Julian Assange.
we as citizens have to get together and say, do we want governments lying to us? Do we want war crimes to be ignored? Do we want innocent people to get murdered and civilian casualties all over the world when there are wrongful wars? There might be rightful wars, but when the wars are wrongful, and we got into these wars under the basis of lies, and people expose those lies, we don't want the government locking them up in solitary confinement and driving them mad. It's torture, it's inhumane, and it's actually, in my view, it's evil. And it's not just my view, there are very important bodies of people all around the world saying what's going on is outrageous. And I'd like to read you a few quotes. The first one from the editorial board of the New York Times. They have said, Julian Assange's indictment aims at the heart of the First Amendment. The new indictment goes much further. It is a marked escalation in the effort to prosecute Mr. Assange, one that could have a chilling effect on American journalism, as it has been practiced for generations. It is aimed straight at the heart of the First Amendment, which of course is free speech. The new charges focus on receiving and publishing classified material from a government source. That is something journalists do all the time. It's a very common thing. They did it with the Pentagon Papers, which you'll remember got us out of the Vietnam War. Very heroic whistleblower, Daniel Ellsberg, revealed the government had been lying to us and committing terrible crimes about Vietnam, and when the people realized the truth of the matter, they ended the war pretty smartly. It's not dissimilar from what Assange has done. So they've done it in countless of other cases where the public benefited from learning what was going on behind closed doors, even though the sources may have acted illegally. This is what the First Amendment is designed to do, the ability of publishers to provide the public with truth. So I'll remind you, this is really a very simple matter. It's about putting a journalist in prison, in solitary confinement, for exposing war crimes, for exposing the truth of public officials. The USA Today, their editor-in-chief, Nicole Carroll, has said, investigative journalists routinely obtain and publish information the government would like kept secret. This indictment threatens such reporting and is a chilling attack on press freedoms and the public's right to know.
It was your grandfathers that fought for the freedom of speech so that your journalists could tell you what's going on. So it hasn't started yesterday. It is a long process of free speech in this country. That free speech is drying up. We can no longer speak, we can no longer write, we can no longer demonstrate, and very soon we'll be exported to any country that wants to take our bones and put them behind bars for something that we've said about another country. Now that's all Assange has done. All he did was say what happened, what the Americans were doing, what the British were doing, what the Australians were doing in foreign lands. Why do we have this subservience to a foreign government? Are we too afraid to stand on our own? Well, Australia could be a real country if we become real Australians and support real Australians that are looking after our interests in foreign countries. Okay, so let's get together, free our brothers and sisters, and let's work towards a free and strong and powerful Australia. Yeah, let's free the truth. Thank you.
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
Free, free!
Julian Assange!
Free, free!
Julian Assange! Our mate!
Julian Assange!
In mate!
Our mate!
Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Julian Assange! Our mate! Only one decision! There is only one decision! There is only one decision! There is only one decision! free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange.